size.
Yeah, they are definitely the negative ideas behind some people's commentary is by far the huge minority. And I get, even just like in the last 3 days, I've gotten so many really great emails from people that sometimes it's just amazing to actually hear from people who have such nice things to say. And it's like, I know me and I know what I did yesterday. I mean, hanging out, drawing, or doing nothing. I know I did nothing lately for them to say that I'm such a swell fellow. And gosh, thank you
But
very
the
much.
art gets out there and it keeps touching people, and you'll hear from people across the world.
It's yes, it is. Israel this morning.
And you're pretty
England,
you're
France.
big in Europe.
Yeah, I get customers all over the world, which is the greatest thing about all that stuff. And sometimes I actually think that if there was someone else, not me, who had more time in their life to actually make a greater internet or electronic presence for myself or my efforts, then it could be a lot of fun. But I think part of the taxing part of it is just that it takes up so much time out of what's already seen as precious time. Wanting, when you really only want to draw.
But there's so many aspects to the business. Drawing becomes merely one component of
It's
your
true.
brand or who you are.
It's true. And I'm right in the moment of actually kind of rethinking that to actually try to provide a more satisfactory experience to the people who actually want to get something, who your life sort of depends on like what's her face said in that movie about love. You've always depended on the kindness of strangers, right? Right. So a lot of it
Somebody
is
didn't give a damn either.
right. That's a two-headed lizard or something, but because there's often the idea presented that artists owe their livelihood to their fans or to the people who buy the work, which I think is actually not the greatest way to look at stuff, because you can drive yourself crazy. And I think that if you do good work, that it will make itself known, or rather it will be appreciated to some extent, but certainly looking at it that way is not the most wholesome or mentally holistic aspect of it, I don't think.
There's such a drive in society to succeed, and there's no mechanism really that prepares you for what success is and then how to maintain it, or know that it really isn't a part of your identity. I mean, being a good artist, whether people appreciate you or not, should be part of the identity, and yet, it's like, oh, he's only as good as his last piece, and his last piece wasn't that good. Forget that he's done 20 years of good stuff.
Sure enough. Yes, and graciousness and
You're pretty meticulous though, man. You've had a huge stride, when you say it.
yeah, sure, but you can be humbled by in a moment's notice by the next passing phase. Just in reading all the obituaries of Lucian Freud, how he was not appreciated, and has recently died and spent a great many years not being appreciated for his particular take on his particular love, on his particular obsession, his particular direction, and in the end being, wholly quote-unquote appreciated, or at least deified in the art world to whatever extent.
Is that really important to you?
I would not say that it's really important to me in that it would affect the way I look at doing artwork and such, but you can just see by example that happens over and over and over again.
Your Wikipedia entry seems pretty positive.
Yeah, I think a European fellow, edited my entry on the Wikipedia.